Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. We're here back with our second show. We got a lot to talk about this week. A lot of stuff has been happening. So, welcome, Shan. How you been? How's your week been? Are you excited? How's the weather over there?
Hey everybody. Hey Manny. I'm really excited to do the show. My weekend's good, thank you. How's yours?
Listen, I'm so happy that it's finally September. Yesterday, I went out and like at the later part of the day, and it felt so nice because especially here in Texas, it's super hot. But it finally felt like, oh, I might need a sweater. Like it felt so good. I love this season. Fall. Your birthday is coming up in the fall, so that's gonna be exciting. Can't wait
I
for that.
know. I kind of wish I was a summer baby.
Really?
It's always nice, beach, tropical weather. But yeah,
That's true.
Scorpio gang. But I love being a Scorpio. So if I was born in the summer, I wouldn't be a Scorpio. So, I'll take it.
Ooh, that's it. Well, I was born April 20th, 420, and the weather's always nice. Like during that time,
Yeah.
it's always like
April's a good month.
spring, fresh. Okay, guys, so we got a lot to talk about, and let's go ahead and get right into it. But before we do that, I want to give a major shout out to my girl, the one and only, the woman of many talents, Phaedra Parks. Because this week it was announced that she is now going to be joining the new season of Dancing with the Stars. Now, um, listen, I never really thought Phaedra would do this, but Phaedra is doing the damn thing. She is on almost every big show. Married to Medicine, The Traders, going back to Roa, and now she's doing Dancing with the Stars. I mean, this woman knows how to get her bag, and all I'm gonna say is take that, Candy Burris. You try to stop this woman's bag for years, and now look at you. Now look at you in Kenya. You got anything to say about that, Shan?
Listen, I have respect for her keeping a check consistently in her pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I love that she's not only depending on the housewives, she's doing this, she's doing that. So good for her. However, can she dance though? I don't see her moving and grooving.
I don't see her doing that either. That's why I thought it was a little like it's interesting that I
Is it
don't
that
really
she
watch
does
this.
anything for a check or what? Allegedly?
Yeah, well, listen, the name of the show is Dancing with the Stars. She's definitely a star.
Allegedly.
So, but it's gonna be interesting to see, like you said, is she gonna be able, because they got. I don't really watch the show, but what I do know about it is that they have to train hard. Some people have actually gone to the hospital over it, like Tamar Braxton and Jeannie Mai. They almost died doing that show. So I wish her the best. Um, but it's great exposure for sure. So,
Yeah,
um,
I heard it was very hard. I assumed it was like, okay, dancing, it's time consuming, but I didn't know it would be like. But I've heard a couple people say, like you said, it's really hard work and they do a lot
yes.
of training and practice and preparation. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see if she got any rhythm.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. So, Dancing with the Stars, you guys, the new season, season 33, damn, premieres September 17th. So let's support Phaedra and just root her on. I think you got to vote for these people. I'm not sure. I don't know. Watch the show. Maybe I will for her. But okay, let's get going with our first show that we always talk about, which is Basketball Wives. So on Basketball Wives, this episode of this past week, the girls are in Mexico. They're in their Mexico trip, and right away at the dinner, Brooke and Cheyenne start getting into it. Now, Shan, what is it about Brooke that she's always so mad at everybody and so quick to pop off? And did you think she was being a bit harsh when she was like telling her, "You got no kids, you ain't got nothing, you 40 years old"? What did you think about Brooke going like that towards Cheyenne? And do you think she was gay bashing? Because that's what Cheyenne was accusing her of.
Yeah, I feel like Brooke needs some serious therapy because I feel like she's very angry, but I feel like she has a right to be angry, right? Like losing a child is not never like easy. Like that's so hard. I couldn't imagine that. But I feel like she's always lashing out, like you said.
Yeah,
And sometimes the situation doesn't really call for all that she gives, you know?
right.
It's like 0 to 100 real quick all the time. So I
Yeah,
wish
and
she would take some time to, like, breathe, think, become a little zen, you know?
mhm.
Somebody called Zen Wen from Potomac. I know we don't like her no more, but
No,
she did say
let's not.
Zen Wen.
Yeah,
I'm
let
explaining Zen Wen.
let's not do that. Let's not do that. But yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. When I recapped the show last season, I gave her a pass. I don't want to. Yeah, okay. I'll say I gave her a pass the entire season. I didn't say a single negative thing about her because of what you said, what she had gone through. But now that it's been a while, I'm like, no, 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 no. There's something off with her. And even like in the early seasons, she's always been quick to go at it with the ladies. So yeah, so Cheyenne definitely got the wrath of Brooke. And okay, oh by the way, I need to ask you something. Did you notice how Giselle is so like protective over Brooke?
Yes, I did notice that.
And
I'm
how do you
like,
say how do you say her name, by the way?
who knows? Glorilla Part 2?
Oh,
I think her name is Jaceel. Jaceel. Yeah.
oh, okay. Because people in my comments talking about say her name right, and I'm like, what? It well, what? I when I hear them call her name, I hear them say Giselle.
Sometimes they say Jaceel. Damn, we gotta look that up. Sorry to all the people in your feelings in the comments. We are not trying to be shady. I feel like sometimes they say Giselle, then sometimes they say Jaceel or Jack.
And they were also
I
getting mad
don't
at me, Shan.
know.
They were getting mad at me because I kept calling Sandy. I kept calling her Sandy, the friend.
Yeah, but we're not intentionally. He's not intentionally doing that. It's like they just listen. Say your name and say it loud and clear so we can understand.
Right.
Manny, Shan Dior. That's easy to understand.
Maybe if they were a little bit more memorable, we would know their name.
That's what I'm saying. That part. We know Jackie Christie name.
Uh, that part. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. But
So
yeah,
yeah, it's not our fault. But we'll look to see her name for sure next
yeah.
episode.
But Giselle, yeah, I noticed that she's really, defensive of Brooke, which is totally fine. I get that, but sometimes it's like I don't really like, especially on these reality shows, when you got people fighting other people's battles. Because when they were at that dinner table, Giselle was the one that started the whole thing, talking about Cheyenne. Well, we haven't seen you since the woman empowerment brunch, and this and that. So yeah, that was crazy. And of course, Brandy and Evelyn got into it as well. But I'm sorry, Shan. I'm kind of team Evelyn because Brandy is really goofy.
I like Brandy because I feel like she's gonna tell you how she feels, when she feels it, how she feels it. We need somebody like that who's a straight shooter.
Yeah, but okay, Shan. I know you don't like Evelyn. But can you at least give her this? She's quick with it. You notice how every time Brandy would say something like, "I think this whole thing is fake as f," and Evelyn says, "Well, I think you and Jason's relationship is fake as f." She's
I
quick with it.
know she is. I'll give her that. Yeah,
Yeah, she's
I'll
quick
give her
with
that.
it.
She's quick with it. Sometimes she have good shade.
And then so yeah, so that was the main part. The girls then have some fun at Mexico at the beaches. Jackie definitely was on her apology tour
I
with
know.
Jennifer, with Brandy, and somebody else. So she's apologizing to everybody.
And Laura, who
And
was not
Laura
dated.
Govan, who, oh, by the way, I thought it was really nice that Laura apologized to Jackie for what she did, even though it's been a long time. So that was nice. And then
Yeah.
they decided all to do a party for Jennifer, a bridal bachelorette party, I guess you could call it. And it was very like, you know, the vibes were kind of like sexual, like rated R type of thing. And Brooke and Evelyn start to make out. What did you make of that? And what did you like the party? Would you like that party if you were a bachelorette?
Hell no, I want some male strippers.
Oh, okay.
I don't know because okay, so the kiss it wasn't a peck.
No, it was.
So a part of me was like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
But if it works for them, if they like it, I love it. But I think the party was boring.
Yeah.
It didn't really give me much. Other than that scene, I feel like nothing, it wasn't that exciting. So no, I wouldn't want that party. I want something more exciting. Like, like maybe go on a yacht, have champagne, you
Mm-hmm.
know, yeah, some
Yeah.
wine, something more chill. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I get
boring
that.
to me.
Speaking of wine and alcohol, yeah, Shan didn't know that it's actually kind of common to have these little worms in the tequila or the scorpions. Listen, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. And by the way,
I am not.
they've been there for a while. They've been so don't worry, they're dead. They're dead.
Ew.
Yes.
Not if
You
they've been there for a while, so it's gonna taste better.
yes, it gives it a good flavor. The
Hell
reposado.
no.
Yes.
Did you? Have you ever had it?
Yes. Matter of fact,
What?
sometimes yeah, sometimes you'll find like a like an actual like a big glass bottle and you'll see a
Mm-hmm.
giant scorpion inside of it.
Where?
Oh,
In the
listen,
grocery
like
store?
I
In
said,
the
I'm going to
wine
Mexico. I can bring you one if you want.
store?
No, trust me, it's definitely
No,
a thing.
thank you. No, thank
But
you.
yeah, so that was pretty much it.
Oh, what do you think about Jen talking to Jackie? That was a short moment.
Okay,
They were taking a
well,
walk.
listen, we're gonna talk about Jennifer Williams, and what's going on. But as far as what happened in the episode, this is what angers me about Jennifer. Jackie apologized to her at the beach. She said, "I'm sorry for sending you nudes." Blah 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 blah. Then at the end of the episode, when they asked Jennifer, "Well, are you going to invite Jackie to your wedding?" She's like, "I don't know," because she was all drunk. She had just professed her love towards Evelyn. How grateful she was. But she still doesn't know about Jackie. Like, really? That seems crazy to me. And now look at you, Jennifer. You might not even have a wedding. But what did you think? Matter of fact, let me. The. Oh, that's the other part. So, yes, you guys, as I said, it came out on TMZ this week that Jennifer Williams' fiance Christian was arrested for violating probation, and the judge sentenced him to 30 days behind bars. However, the judge showed some mercy for the couple's marital plans. Christian's going to do 2 days in jail for now, and then he'll be temporarily released so he can walk down the aisle. Their wedding is set to go down September 14th in Paris, and right now it looks like that will be possible. So, because the judge is allowing Christian to travel overseas for their nuptials, but after that, he must return to DeKalb County to serve the rest of the time in behind bars. So, does that sound like a ideal honeymoon to you?
I'm so sorry. My phone cut out for a second, but I heard you the last part. No, that doesn't sound like an ideal honeymoon to me. Imagine you've been waiting long with your desperate, allegedly, self, And then a week before your wedding, you're planning this grand wedding in Paris, and a month before, or a week before, a couple weeks before, he had to go to jail. And
Mm,
I heard that they took him in like that day.
really?
I feel like it's sad. Yeah, I heard that he has to go to jail like partially and then go to his wedding, then come back to jail.
So is he in jail as we speak?
I think so.
Mm.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think she let him go to jail that day. And then she's gonna, at least she's nice enough to let him go to his wedding.
The judge?
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing. You can
Like,
go
I
have
never
your
heard of
wedding in
taking a
Paris
break from jail before. Like,
and then come
okay,
back.
I'm gonna spend 2 weeks and then I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna go back, like taking a little break, a little jail break.
That is so crazy. But I don't feel bad for Jennifer. I mean, listen.
I did feel bad for her initially, but then because she's so like, this is my man, I'm gonna stick beside him. I'm like, okay, girl. Like, I think they're a cute couple. I really do. I think they look good together. But I feel like it's like so many red flags. I personally wouldn't marry him. I would probably wait because this is my main question. Like, if I could ever interview Jen or anything, I'd be like, what's the rush to get married? Because I feel like they could date, they could be in a relationship, they could be happy, live their best life, but you don't have to be married to like have a strong, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what is the rush to get married to him, especially with all this going on, if that makes
Right.
sense?
And especially, yeah, you're right.
Because they
Like,
could get married like later on when they've been dating longer or whatever. That's what I would do. Like, if he was the
well,
love of my life and I was in the situation, like, maybe wait to see what happens. But I feel
right,
like
well,
it's kind
well,
of like a rush.
well, this is interesting because somebody commented and said U.S. citizens have to have 30-day residency to have a legal marriage in France. Jennifer will not be legally married to this man unless they do it here again in the USA. Hmm, I don't know. But Jennifer Williams has a problem. And she keeps getting these men. Did you know she dated the guy from the Sweetie Pies that did the crimes and all that? I didn't
I
know.
know, I was shook. I recently heard that about a month and a half ago when I started hearing about her and Christian. And then I heard who her exes were. And I was like, okay, so AM er. And then it's like the guy she dated before, he threw a drink on her or whatever.
I
Like,
remember
her
that. Yes.
relationships haven't been good. And that's why it's like I feel bad for her, but a part of me feels like at this stage she should know better.
If only
You
she
know,
could.
like, because she went through all of that, I feel like she should be extremely cautious. Like, she can still have her fairy tale and the love of her life, but after going through all that, I would, any little red flag, any little thing I don't like, I'm sorry, I would have to run because I feel like she had a lot of traumatic relationships.
I'm sorry, but I don't think there's hope for Jennifer Williams.
And oh,
Not when you're 50 something. No. When you're 50 years old and you keep going back to the same thing, and now you're dating a little kid that's 13 years younger than you and has all these criminal records and restitution, that's
allegedly, yeah.
uh-uh. Like, what is going on in Jennifer Williams' mind?
I
And
think there's hope for her.
uh, I don't
Listen, she's
know.
beautiful, she's successful. I love the way she dresses.
Listen, if only she
She
would
doesn't
pick her
really have much
man.
of a personality, but I think there's hope for her. There's always hope.
Listen, if only she would pick her man how she picks her outfits, then she'd be perfectly fine. Okay?
Drops Mike, put that on a t-shirt.
No, like honestly. And by the way, Jennifer and Evelyn, this is what all these went. Jennifer, Evelyn, and Brooke, they should be the last ones coming towards Jackie. They should be asking her for advice. Okay, because Jackie Christie has had that man by her next to her arm for decades. You ain't never gonna see Jackie over here doing all this stuff. Getting married and then going to jail. They should be taking notes from the master. Like, come on now. And Shawnee, she's a whole first lady. She can't give him advice. Marriage counseling. Listen.
A mess. You're right. Only Jackie. But then I don't know. Like I love Jackie and I love her relationship and everything, but I feel like nothing's perfect. So I don't know because people be talking and throwing shade at her relationship. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering, like, how perfect is it? But I do
Right.
believe she does have a good relationship with Doug, and I feel like they really love each other. I could
Yes.
see it through the TV.
Right. And the thing
But
with
the rest
Jackie
of
though,
them heifers, pray for them.
the thing
Pray
with
for
Jackie
them.
though is, yes, you're right. We don't know what goes behind closed doors, and there's always been rumors that maybe he cheats on her or whatever. But at the end of the day, have still been rumors. And even though things might not be perfect behind the scenes, at least she's not coming out here getting embarrassed every other day by a new man that she's got. You know what I mean?
I agree. You can't compete where you don't compare, or something
And
like that.
and you know what, Evelyn, she had such a good guy because I actually watched Queen's Court. It's on Peacock, and that it was a dating show with Evelyn Lozada, Tamar Braxton, and this other lady who dated Lil Wayne, I think, Nivea. And the show, you probably would have liked the show, Shan. It came out of a while ago. It was about them three women, and it was a group of men. It was like 30 men. And then as the episodes went by, they had to, like, get rid of some men. And eventually, they stayed with whoever they wanted to. And that's how Tamar met Colonel Sanders, JR, who that's a whole other drama in and of itself. But that's also the show where Evelyn met Levon. And Levon was a good guy. But Evelyn don't know how to cherish a good thing, so she honestly is really dumb for not making that work because that would have been a really good relationship for her.
Yeah, the guy that was on the show
Yeah.
and he helped her with her business, she said, or something.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed like a good man, Savannah.
He was.
But I heard about the show, The Queen's Court, because I heard Tamar talking about it and stuff. But I never watched it because I'm not interested in Tamar. I'm not interested in Evelyn. I'm not interested in that other girl, Nivea. I didn't care. So, but he did seem nice. But I feel like some people like drama. Like, some
Yeah.
people like a little bit of toxicity, I feel. Where it's like, if the relationship is too good, they're like, oh, I'm bored. I don't know how
Yeah.
to explain it.
Yeah.
But I feel like some people like a little bit of challenge, maybe. Because he did seem good for her, but she was like, oh, yeah, I don't want to get married to you. Something like that. I remember her saying on Basketball Wives. They were engaged, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think she called it off. But she didn't give a good reason. It was like she has like PTSD from marriage. I mean, that is a good reason, but I feel like it was BS.
But listen, when you're that age and you still can't value something that's good, and I think it's sad. It's a sad case, and I think it's like the wrong message to be sending to people. But to each their own. All right, you guys. So that's it for Basketball Wives. Jennifer Williams. Good luck. Any final words that you gotta say to Jennifer Williams, Shan?
I know her wedding is going to be stunning. I just hope that I really hope she does have her happy ending because I do like Jennifer on Mondays and Tuesdays, but not the other days of the week. No. But I like her for the most part. But I don't get what she's saying. But I feel like this is the definition of this is my man and I'm going to stick beside him. F all of y'all.
Okay.
So there's a saying if you can't, you must see it for yourself. Maybe she's one of those people who have to experience it for herself, but personally, to me, it's too much red flags. But listen, we praying for you, Jennifer girl.
Okay.
And
So
then, one more thing. They have a YouTube channel, Jan and him,
uh
and I
huh.
watch it, and they're the cutest. Like on their YouTube channel, like they do cute little videos. They do vlogs, and the love seems, good. So I was shook.
Okay.
I was shook when I heard all this stuff come out.
Wow. Well, at least they have another source of income because Lord knows they need that income to pay that restitution off.
Ciao.
So yeah, everybody go subscribe and I don't know, send her a cash app because they're gonna need a lot of money soon. Okay, so moving
Ciao.
on, we're gonna talk about the Real House of Orange County. Not too much to talk about this week. The girls went on like a little staycation at a little place, and um, pretty much they let Shannon know that Alexis and John have these videos that could really damage her reputation and image if they were to be released. But I don't know about you, Shan. To me, that seems a little bit like extortion, the kind of like blackmailish.
Yeah, that's what. Who said that? Somebody said it on the show, and I was
Emily, I
like,
think.
yeah, and allegedly on our part.
Yeah, no, because
But like,
Emily's a lawyer. Did you know that she's a really good lawyer?
yeah, I didn't know she was a good lawyer, but I knew she was a lawyer from watching the show. She had said it.
Yeah,
But this is my thing. I'm telling you, my heart breaks for Shannon. I just hope I just hope God continues to give Shannon the strength because she's dealing with a lot. My God.
yeah.
And then it's like people keep adding and adding. She's dealing with a lot. We're all humans and there's only so much one person can take. The DUI, the this, that, the ex relationship, the this, that, owing this much money, dealing with the ex girl, the new girlfriend. I
She's so
just pray for
thirsty.
her mental health because it's too much. And I know these reality shows like they be da 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 da, it's a show, blah blah. But no, this is her real life. And I wish everybody would back the F off of Shannon. Because I would hate she has kids and I would hate for anything to happen because she's overwhelmed. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's
Mm-hmm.
only so much people can take. Plus, she's on a reality show, so we know that's added pressure, right? She's having everybody's opinion on her life, right? People judging her about the DUI, people judging her about the this, people judging her about that. I feel like at some point it's enough. Like enough. The woman is broke down 100 times. Like me, I have a heart, right? So there's no way I could see somebody going through a lot of stuff and then it's like, oh yeah, let me add this to it too. There's just no way.
Nope.
And like Emily said, if they're in such a happy relationship, why are you so pressed about the ex?
It's
Like,
crazy. Yeah,
why not just? And the thing is, I don't know one thing about that girl other than Shannon, Shannon, Shannon. Like,
that's all she talks about. Yep.
she never brings up, she doesn't talk about herself, whatever she's doing. All we know is, oh, Shannon, Shannon, Shannon. Oh, let me defend him. Let me defend him. But I just pray that this show does not, like, I just pray Shannon is going to be okay. I know she will because I like Shannon. I feel like she's funny. She's quirky.
Yeah.
But I really feel bad for her. Like, a lot of times we're watching reality shows and we're like, oh, just reality show. They're rich. They don't have any problems. But I feel like she has real issues going on, you know?
So let
And
me ask
so
you this.
I am so, like, Emily, I like her sometimes. Sometimes I don't. But I really like Emily this season and Gina. The
Yeah.
way they were, like, defending Shannon, trying to help her, trying to be there for her. Like, Gina at the end or the middle, she was like, oh, I'm gonna check on you, okay? Like, I'm gonna come check on you. Are you okay? I'm so sorry. They kept saying, you could tell they have a good heart deep down, Gina and Emily,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like they're the only two that's like, I'm so sorry, Shannon. I'm so sorry. This is too much. This is not right. I feel like they're the only ones sticking up for her. Unlike Tamra, a little demon seed, like, oh, I care about you, so I'm gonna kick you while you're down. Oh,
Mm.
allegedly demon seed.
Yeah, so problematic. But my question to you is, do you agree with what Emily is saying though when it comes to the money? Because Emily is, so just so everyone remembers, John is suing Shannon because he wants her to pay him $75,000 back because he claims that he gave her money for like procedures and stuff like that. But she claims that they both gave each other money because at the beginning of the relationship, she too would buy him things. For example, the shoes that he was wearing the other day when he
That
made
part was funny.
his red carpet debut with his girl. And Gina's commentary was funny when she was like, "Debut? Are they going to do a tour?" That was funny. But Emily is saying to Shannon, "If I were you, I would just give it to him and get that out of my life." But Shannon's like, no, but like the principle of it. So if you were Shannon, would you just pay the money so you could get rid of this dog, or would you resist?
I would. I would just pay the mother freaker. You know
Yeah.
why? Because at first I was like, no, 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 stand on your ground. But because I feel like your piece is priceless.
Mm-hmm.
And the part about, oh, this video I have of you holding over her head and stuff like that's what it's giving. Like, I'm holding this over your head, whatever, whatever. I would just pay it and be like, you know what? I'm going to make that money back tenfold because there's no price on your piece, right?
Right.
So for all the heartache that she's going through, plus the DUI stuff, plus the everything, for all the heartache, I would be like, to get rid of this issue, I would just swallow my pride and pay. And I hate that because you can't let people just win, and it's the principle.
Mm-hmm.
I 1,000%. Because at first, when I first started watching, I was like, hell no, I wouldn't give him no money, not a dime. I don't care. Like, imagine if everybody's ex come back and be like, yeah, I bought you this, I did this for you. We would all owe somebody some money. But
Uh-huh.
the
Can you
first part,
imagine?
huh?
Could you imagine?
Right. Like, oh yeah, I dated you in 2020 and I bought you some Applebee's. Like, bitch, get on my face. Excuse me.
And I pay for
So,
dinner and you just adding it.
right.
That's
We
crazy.
would all have a tab, right? So that's
Yeah.
what you do in relationship. But the first part, Shannon messed up when she was like, oh, the first, like, I think she said the first year I paid for everything. Shannon, no, we don't pay for men. Nothing. Now in my relationship I pay for stuff, but I'm not gonna just like take
At the
care of a
beginning,
man or
yeah.
whatever. I'm not saying Shannon took care of him. I'm just saying I personally feel like you should let him court you, right? And that doesn't just involve money, but I feel like she should have let him court her, right? But I
Absolutely.
would pay him the money just for my peace of mind, just for my mental health, because those things are priceless. But I feel like the principle, you don't want to do it. And initially, the first couple episodes, I was like, I don't want to. I would never pay anybody back. Da 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 da, like an ex. But then after a while, I'm like, damn, because she's going through so much pain and heartache. Paying the money, then you could just be done with it
Right.
completely. So I agree with Emily
But you know
on
what?
that.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like John, as a man, as a grown man, to be doing all this, that's like the most unmanliest thing I've ever heard of. Like, pay me back what I gave you. Like, bro, what the hell? That's
Right.
crazy. And so, yeah, you guys. So, OC was pretty sad. It looked like they had some fun at the spa, though. Emily, when they got in that hot tub and stuff. Um, those spa days look kind of, calming and therapeutic. Therapeutic.
Yes, the spa is lovely. You should go.
Yes. Also, other news that has been happening in the OC is that Vicky, the OG of the OC, she dragged Tamra. By the way, Tamra
Well
Judge
deserved.
she just had a facelift or something to that effect, Shan, I think, and she's been documenting her journey. Please don't. It was like a jump scare. It was. Did you see her face, Shan? It looked like a green
Who?
alien.
Tamra?
Yes.
Tamra, we don't care.
She looked like a crusty green scary creature from
I
another
haven't seen
planet.
her because I don't follow her, but
It was so scary. I
I
was
don't respect Tamra.
against my will, yeah. But Vicky pretty much because Vicky's fed up with Tamra always getting in other people's business and just being so mean. Vicky, you guys, went online because she has a podcast now, and she pretty much said that Tamara needs to go take care of her daughter, who don't talk to her, and that if she put her energy on things, it should be that. And she pretty much said how Tamara kind of chose her marriage at the time over her own child, the oldest daughter, not the one that's on the show now, but it's the other one, the one that she doesn't talk to. Some people thought that might be a little bit of a low blow, but
It's not.
I think it's warranted because If the shoe were on the other foot, trust me, Tamara would be saying that about someone else's child if they weren't talking to them.
What
And
about
it's
the FBI? Like, yeah, she
right.
would.
And it's funny because when Vicky said it, everybody was asking Tamara what was her reaction. And she at first tried to play it off like she didn't care. Then she made another video crying that looked fake as F. There was no tears coming out of her eyes, but she was like, "Leave me alone." I was like, "Really, Tamara? Now you?" She want to play the victim card, but Vicky was right though. Sorry, but she was right. Vicky,
Yeah, because I'm just from what we've seen on the TV of Tamra over these years, can we understand that her, like maybe why her daughter doesn't talk to her? Can we
mm-hmm.
understand?
Yep.
We can. We don't know what happened. We don't know the exact reason, but we could, use our judgment and say, because Tamra is a complete biatch
Mm-hmm.
on the show, right? We don't know her outside of the show, but from what we've seen, it's like, damn, do you enjoy being the villain?
She enjoys the camera time, I think.
I don't think Vicky went too low because, I mean, yes, leave the kids out of it, right? But what do you think?
Because their marriage is perfect.
Okay, hold on. Let's listen to this.
About it. I think that's my daughter didn't talk to me, I'd be on a flipping plane right now, knocking on her door, begging her for forgiveness, and I don't even care what I did. Sydney has a very strong opinion of Tamra. Stop embarrassing the family. Stop doing what you're doing. Get off the show, and we have a chance. Tamra did none of that. So you know what? That shows Sydney, I'm not important to you. Just one thing, Mom, stop swearing at people, stop doing stupid stuff, and then come, let's have a conversation. But even when Tamara was off for 2 years, she never connected with Sydney.
Like, not to say that it's not hard and doesn't affect her, but I just think like
then get off the show and reconcile with your daughter. It's pretty simple. It's so hard. No, it's not. You gave birth to your daughter, you fucked up, go apologize and make it better and move on. Maybe she chose Eddie over her daughter. I don't know. I don't get, how she cries on TV and Cindy said, please don't mention me. Please don't do this. And the next thing you know, she's bawling. It's like she can turn on the waterworks like that.
Wow, Shan, that's crazy.
I believe Vicky.
I believe Vicky too. But Vicky has
because like, and you might have a point when you said she loved the camera. Because
Uh-huh.
Vicky just said her daughter said to come off, and then I guess they'll try to work on their relationship or whatever. It sounds like her daughter don't like the whole reality TV thing.
And Vicky is correct. Listen, I always believe this. When it comes to family, especially, parents and children, you should do the absolute most, even the impossible, to try to get back together with them and have a good relationship. So for Vicky to say that Tamara pretty much is choosing this show over her daughter is crazy, and then for her to cry about it, talking about, oh, I miss her. It's like Vicky said, if you miss her, get on the freaking plane and go find her.
That part.
And it sounds like her daughter's embarrassed of her because Vicky said that she tells Tamara to stop cussing at people.
Would you?
Right.
If that was my mother on TV, I would not be telling everybody, this is my mom's.
Well, speaking of mothers, shout out to Candace Dillard, who is having a baby boy.
I love her, and I'm so excited for her because I feel like she probably felt like having a girl because, sometimes her and her mother relationship is up and down. So I'm just happy for her pregnancy, everything. Like, Candace is glowing. Candace is one of my favorite housewives, period.
Right. Well, one of your favorite former housewives because she's not on the show no more. And
she's still a housewife, period.
Well, I actually think it was a good thing that she was off the show. I think she needs to take care of her baby. The show's too much drama. It's too much.
Yes, protect your pregnancy, protect your husband, protect your peace.
Well,
I feel like she made a great decision, but I feel like the show is not going to be nothing without Candace. I don't care what anybody says.
It's going to be interesting because Candace has been on this show for like 7 years or something. So to not have her, and not only that, to not have Robin, Shan, even though people might not like.
We can do without Robin. Come on.
Listen, we don't know because we've never seen the show without her. You know what I mean? Like Robin's been there since season one, so it's gonna be interesting to see this show. But yeah, congratulations, Candace. Hopefully, this baby will make you calm down a little. Stop coming at people.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm. In the
Oh,
words
no,
of
you
Nene,
didn't.
I said what I said. Okay, so that was it for OC. Our last topic of the day, and the most important, Dubai. Oof, you guys, it was the Dubai finale, and this was definitely a good finale. Very explosive. Lots of things happened. To sum it up in a nutshell, Chanel Ayan and Lisa Milan ended their friendship. So Lisa, Ayan and Caroline Stanbury decided to host a little party because over there in Dubai, I didn't know this, but most of the people leave during the summer because it gets way too hot. So that's when they go on vacations and stuff. So they were going to end filming and they were going to do a goodbye party, and it was going to be hosted by Chanel and Stanbury. And Lisa was not happy about this. As soon as she walked into the party, you could see that she was very upset. She didn't like the vibes. She looked uncomfortable. And all hell exploded after that. Now, did you like the party? Before we get into the main thing, did you like the party? Did you think it was nice location or outfits,
I love
anything
the
about?
house.
Also, Shan, you know what else? This is the only thing I'm going to say about Sarah. I feel like Sarah, in her mind, she thinks this is her show. Because when they're at group events, I kind of forget she's on the show. Like I don't know, it feels weird. Like when she shoots these scenes, I feel like she thinks that this is her show, and it's kind of funny. But she did have a scene in there where she was FaceTiming her boyfriend, which I told y'all, I think this is a Kenya Moore Renaman situation. But he hung up on her.
I would have flew right to his house and tell him how I really feel. I feel like
Wait.
that was so disrespectful, hanging up on her. But the thing is, Sarah, we don't need these scenes of you and your boyfriend, quote unquote. They're very boring. I want to skip past them half the time. And it's just not giving. But I like Sarah sometimes, but I feel like she could give more to the show. Like, I feel like she's just there. And I don't know how she could think it's her show when she gives nothing.
Right. And another thing she said was that her son is now so traumatized about the whole situation. And I was just thinking, well, of course he's going to be traumatized. You talked about it all over the time in front of him.
Right.
That was so wrong. Okay, so another reason why that started to build up friction between Cheyenne and Lisa was that when Lisa left the golf
You
resort,
said Cheyenne.
what did I say?
Ayan. Even though we know what you meant, but the people in the
Oh,
comments are
sorry,
gonna
I
be
didn't
like, "You
even.
said
Yeah, because they're
Cheyenne."
gonna they're gonna come for me for mispronouncing the name. So when Lisa left the golf resort because she got into another fight yet again with Talene. Again, I think there's something about Talene that really makes her uncomfortable. I don't know what it is,
I
but
know what it is.
what do you think? So, what's your theory?
Like I told you before, in my mind, I think that Lisa thinks if any girl can come toe to toe with her with fashion, it's Talene. Like I feel like she doesn't feel like the other girls any competition. Like as far as like who gives like the it girl factor. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like Talene dressed really nice and stuff like that. They both have kids and stuff. I feel like they're on similar levels, in my opinion.
I see
And
what
I
you
feel
mean.
like to Lisa, she feels like the other girls, they can't compete with her or
They're
compare to
not on her
her.
level.
Right. So I feel like she probably thinks this girl's on my level, so I better go hard at her. This is just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I understand that for sure, but Lisa needs to calm down because it comes off way too much. Her calling her bees and this, like Nini said, you better watch them B words because she throws them with Talene all the time. So that is crazy. But the thing I appreciate about Talene is that she never really hits her back. Because have you noticed that
I
all
don't
the
know
time
why.
Lisa has called her a B, Talene doesn't call her a B back or says F you or none of that. I think Talene's more classy. I think Lisa pretends to be classy, but I think the real classy people here are Talene and Stanberry. I think. But
Stanberry
anyway,
really grew on me a lot this season.
Stanberry. Okay, we're gonna get into that in a second. So, just to set up the a little bit more context, when Lisa leaves the golf resort, the girls tell Ayan that they feel like she acts differently when Lisa is around her. What do they mean by that? Well, they feel like Ayan is kind of like her sidekick, her bodyguard trying to fight everybody else for Lisa. And Cheyenne is not thinking about this. She brought it up to.
Cheyenne is crazy. I love you.
Did I say it again?
That's a pretty name, Cheyenne.
I said it again. Oh my gosh.
But
Why do
it's
I keep
easy
saying-
because sometimes she calls herself Chanel, then she's like Ayan, and she's like Chanel Ayan. So it's easy to,
Listen, you
mix them
guys.
up. And it's
English
a
is
lot
my
of housewives.
English is my second language, and maybe I don't know. Ayan. Hmm. Why am I doing that? Okay. Anyway, Ayan
You're doing
actually.
great, sweetie.
Thank you. Okay, so Ayan brought this up to Lisa behind the scenes, and guess what Lisa told her? We're not gonna talk about this, okay? Because it's gonna make me look bad. At the finale party, when Lisa goes in there and she sees that everything is centered around Ayan and Stanberry, she definitely she felt some type of way about it. Remember, Shan, when they were seeing that video that Ayan and Stanberry made? Didn't Lisa look mad watching that video?
Yes.
She looked like she was fuming. So after that, Ayan says, "Let's go talk, Lisa." And Lisa's like, "No. For what?" So Ayan's mad at this point. Eventually, Lisa does go to talk to her, and Ayan brings up again the conversation that the other girls feel like she acts differently around Lisa. And Lisa's response is, "I thought we had already agreed we were not going to talk about this." And Shan, this is where they started to show the flashbacks of other times where Lisa has kind of controlled Ayan. Now, was this an eye opener to you?
Yes. It made me more team Ayan. I was already team Ayan, but then in this particular situation, because I used to love Lisa a lot on the show. But strictly based on the fact that Lisa said to Ayan, it's like me coming up to you, Manny, and I'm like, can we talk? Why? How are we best friends? Why? Even her husband was like, why don't you want to talk to your best friend?
Yeah.
Lisa did too much. And then when she went outside, Lisa was like, oh, I just said, give me a minute. No, Heifer, you didn't say, give me a minute. You said, why? With attitude.
Mm-hmm. She looked like she didn't want to give her the time of day. Um, so Ayan brings this up, and then apparently then there was some drama. Shan, did you understand it? Because to me it was confusing. Lisa and Stanberry had a conversation about maybe Lisa buying Stanberry's parents' house. So then Lisa tells Ayan, then no. Stanberry tells Ayan, then Ayan tells Lisa that Caroline said that Lisa was bragging. It was too complicated. Did it seem complicated to you, or am I a little slow? I think that maybe because it happened off camera.
Yeah, no, I get why you were confused. I was initially confused, like, what the hell? But what I got from it was that, what's her name? Stanberry told, hold on.
Ayan.
Stanberry told Ayan that she was buying Lisa was buying her family house or whatever. And then from what I got from it was Stanberry told Ayan, like, oh yeah, she was bragging about buying my mother's house. Basically, Ayan made it seem like, I guess to Lisa, that Stanberry was saying she was bragging about buying her mother's house. But Lisa swears up and down on her children
Yeah.
that she was not bragging, and that she swears that Ayan told her that. But then Ayan is like, I didn't say bragging. I didn't say bragging.
I'm Team Ayan, but I do think she said bragging. To be honest with you, I do think that little part I do.
I do think so
Yeah,
too.
yeah, for sure. But anyway, um, they're fighting because one is claiming that the word bragging was used. The other one is saying that it wasn't. It ends up with Lisa saying this won't survive our friendship, and Ayan says my relationship with you is over. And then when they go back inside, Lisa is screaming in front of all the guests, calling Ayan a liar. And
Ayan is boo hoo and hoo all the way to.
but before that, she did tell Lisa, "You're trying to get in between me and Stanberry. That's what you're doing."
Yes.
And that was the end, you guys. That was the end of the episode. Ayan, it's what we've been waiting all season for this. But honestly, I kind of saw it coming because, like Shan said, well, first of all, Shan, let me tell you something. We are apparently on the unpopular side.
I know a lot of people love Lisa. I think she's the definition of pretty privilege. But in this situation, Lisa was more wrong than Ayan to me.
Yeah. And it's so true because, oh, another thing, let me tell you some tea, Shan. So that scene where they showed, where, remember where Lisa said to Ayan, stop talking to her, it's giving storyline.
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you the tea. That girl, her name is Dawn Ward. And Dawn is in another show, a really popular show over there in the UK called The Real Housewives of some city in New England. Um, and the girl is not on the show anymore, but she's really good friends with Stanberry. Now, here's the other thing. Another girl that was also on that show is friends with Lisa. Now, these two women, Stanberry's friend Dawn and the other woman, don't get along. So people think that Lisa didn't want Ayan to be talking to Dawn so that she would get no camera time.
I could
So that,
see that.
yeah, so that she wouldn't even, because when people get camera time and they're mic'd, it, it's not really an audition, but it's kind of like an audition. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of trying to see how this person fits in to maybe put them in the future.
That makes sense.
So it makes sense why Lisa was doing that, but it just goes to show how Lisa's trying to control everything, isn't it?
And then that's what made me more team Ayan. After they showed that clip, I was like, Ayan isn't lying. She is trying to control her by telling her, do this, do that. They're on a reality show. And the fact that Lisa, when they went outside to talk, Lisa was like, oh, I thought we wouldn't bring that up on camera. I thought we agreed not to bring that up on camera. If you're on a reality show, no, bring it up, motherfuckers.
Right. And also side note, I gotta give a shout out to Nina Ali. Shan, I love Nina Ali. When she walked on in there with that pink dress, it looked like she was the queen of the Middle East. I love that woman. I don't know why she didn't come back this season, but she just gives off elegance,
Maybe because
class.
she's boring as hell.
I don't know. I don't find her boring. I find her so classy. And her husband's a billionaire. Not a millionaire, a billionaire. So she is.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he actually owns buildings in Dubai. So when Nina was on the show last season, she technically was the richest housewife of all the housewives ever because none of them are married to a billionaire. She was, and I have to go back to it. Lisa was horrible to Nina, and that's another thing. Lisa always tries to downplay other people's business. She tried to downplay Nina's business in season one, and now this season she tried to downplay Talene's business. So that's not cool, though. You can't, especially if you own a business and you know what it's like to own a business. For you to be downplaying other people's businesses, it doesn't sit right with me.
Right. Because
You know what
who
I mean?
are you wearing Mina Rowe? Like, I mean, I like the name Mina Rowe. Mina Rowe. Pretty name for a business. Like, it's really nice. But no.
Yeah, I agree. So, okay, but if I had to look at it on the other perspective, I would say this. Just as an example, you and I. If we're friends, we are friends, and you started becoming friends with somebody else, and you and this other person then hosted a party, and I didn't like that other person, I would feel some type of way about it. I would. So, I if I'm trying to understand Lisa's perspective, I kind of understand that.
Yeah, I understand her feeling away, but she don't have to be making faces. And when Ayan came to talk to her, because that shows me that Ayan is trying to be a good friend. Ayan was like, "Can we talk?" because she probably obviously saw that Lesa was feeling uncomfortable in her feelings,
Right. And also
right?
the difference is that if that were to happen also, I wouldn't be trying to control you. So that's also a different, that adds another layer to the story.
Right.
Oh, and you guys, next week is the reunion. There's a clip where Ayan says to Lisa, "You wanted me to like not speak up so that you could have the spot next to Andy Cohen."
I believe it.
I believe it too. This is gonna be a fantastic reunion because you guys, this show, this season was filmed 2 years ago. 2 years ago. They took a long time to release it for some reason.
Why? So annoying.
Yeah, they were doing a lot. Like,
We want the
eh,
current reality of what's going on now,
right,
not two
exactly.
years previously.
But you guys, the good news is that the reunion, even though the season was filmed 2 years ago, the reunion was just filmed a few weeks ago. So the reunion is new, like it's recent. So it'll be interesting to see how things have changed in the past 2 years. Um, so yeah, so it's a lot, you guys, but we are currently Team Ion over here. But let us know what you're.
Period.
And that's pretty much all the topics that we have for y'all today. We talked about Jennifer Williams, we talked about Basketball Wives, we talked about the Orange County, and we talked about this friendship breakup. So you guys have a great week. Any last words, Shan, that you want to let everyone know?
I had a question, but I can't even think about it. But this
What
was
was it
so
about?
fun. It was about Dubai.
Oh, you can't
Like,
remember?
do you think that?
Let me put the Dubai thing back.
Well, I was just thinking, like, do we feel like Lisa have a right to be that mad?
No.
Agreed. Team Ion. Period. Lisa deserves it.
Yes, Ion. Like, and uh, listen, Stanberry is, and that's another thing. I really don't feel like Stanberry has done that much of like. I don't think she's really like done something that bad to Lisa for Lisa to hate her so much.
You came for my business. You came for my business. That's all Lisa says. It's like, girl, get over it. That was what, years ago now?
Yeah, and it's not like Stanberry just came to her business out of nowhere. She was responding to Lisa's attacks because Lisa also attacked her and her
Oh
husband.
yeah, this was my question. Why do we think Talene is not even going back at Lisa? Like I feel like Talene, she has it in her the way how she goes back with Brooks, like how she comes in Brooks' face and blah blah. I feel like she has it in her, but I don't know why she give Lisa so many passes to call her the B word. She doesn't say anything. She's like, "Oh, let's take a shot every time Lisa says the word B." I'm just curious as to why Talene kind of backs down or never goes toe to toe with Lisa because I feel like she has it in her. Like, is it because she's
Yeah,
classy or she just want no beef? She doesn't want any beef with Lisa? Like, what is the tea with that?
maybe that's what it is. Maybe she doesn't want to be labeled as something, or because people take it over the top sometimes. So maybe that's it. Um, I don't know, but I totally agree with you. I do think that given how Lisa has come towards Talene, I feel like Talene has barely responded
Exactly.
as she should, as she should. But I am glad that from the previews of the reunion, it looks like Talene's gonna give it to Brooks, and she's gonna bring receipts and posters and everything. So I'm looking forward to
I'm
that for sure.
tired of the posters. Okay? Monique did it. Now everybody's trying to do the same thing. Props. We're getting something new, ladies.
Well, listen, at least listen, I'm okay with props if they make sense. Not like that Wendy Osefa who brought props that make no sense.
And oop,
So on that note, you guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch y'all next time. Stay blessed and have a great one.
yes. Bye. Like and
Bye.
subscribe. Bye.